A group of similar or dissimilar cells that perform a common function and have a common origin are called as the tissues. And we have learned that tissues are of two types, the meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. So in this presentation, I will be explaining about the permanent tissues. A group of mature cells which have lost the capacity of cell division either temporarily or permanently, and they perform a specific function are called as permanent tissue. So the main characteristic of permanent tissue is that the cells have lost the capacity to divide and they perform a definite function. The cells of the permanent tissues are either living or dead. They may have thin wall or thick wall, and they show the intercellular spaces between them. The cells are bigger in size and they have a single large vacuole which is surrounded by a thin layer of cytoplasm in the periphery. And each cell shows a small nuclei which is mostly the cell are in uninucleate in condition. These permanent tissues are again divided into two types, the simple tissues and complex tissues. Simple tissues are a group of cells which are similar in their structure and function, forming a uniform or homogeneous system of cells. The simple tissues is made up of only one type of cell and they perform a definite function. The simple tissues that are present in plants are parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Whereas complex tissue are made up of more than one type of cells which are dissimilar in their structure but they perform a common function as a unit. The complex tissues that are present in plants are xylem and phloem. Parenchyma. The parenchyma is composed of living cells which are variable in their morphology and physiology. The word parenchyma is derived from the Greek word para, which means beside, and ekin, to pour. The combination of words expresses the ancient concept of parenchyma as a semi-liquid substance poured beside other tissues which are formed earlier. Parenchyma is a primitive tissue as it is found in all plant groups, and in lower plants only parenchyma is present which performs all the major functions, whereas in higher plants the parenchyma exhibits the division of labor. The parenchyma mostly forms the large parts of various organs in the plants. So the parenchyma is present in the pith, the mesophyll of the leaves, the pulp of the fruits, the endosperm of the seeds, the cortex of the stem and root, and other organs of plant consist mainly of parenchyma. Parenchyma cells also occur in the xylem and the phloem. So you can see here the cortex is made up of the parenchyma here. The characteristics of a parenchyma cells are the parenchyma consists of isodiametric cells which are mostly thin walled and which are equally expanded. The cells are either oval, rounded or polygonal in shape. The cells are living and they contain sufficient amount of cytoplasm in them. Usually each parenchyma cell possesses one or more nuclei. The cell wall of parenchyma is made up of cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin. Now coming to the types of parenchyma. In acquired aquatic plants, the parenchyma cell in the cortex possesses well-developed air spaces or the intercellular spaces, and such tissue is known as the parenchyma. So you can see in the picture, this is the parenchyma that is formed by the parenchyma cells. And next, the parenchyma may be specialized as a storage tissue in many succulent and xerophytic plants. In aloe, agave, Hakia, and many other plants, chlorophyll free, thin walled and water turgid cells are found, which represent water storage tissues, and this are called as the storage parenchyma. Whereas in fruits, seeds, leaf bases of onion and tuber, etc., the parenchyma helps in the storage of food material. So this is the picture of a storage parenchyma. When exposed to light, the parenchyma develops chloroplast in them, and such tissue is known as the chlorenchyma. So this chlorenchyma, they help in the photosynthesis. The chlorenchyma possesses well-developed aerating system. Intercellular spaces are abundant in the photosynthetic parenchyma of the stems. So this chlorenchyma is commonly found in the mesophyll of leaves and outer cortex of young stems. The functions of parenchyma are that the turgid parenchyma cells help in giving rigidity to the plant body. So the parenchyma cells, they absorb the water and they become turgid, and this turgidity of the parenchyma cells give rigidity to the plant body. The parenchyma cells help in the partial conduction of water. The parenchyma acts as a special storage tissue to store food material in form of starch grains, proteins, fats and oils. The parenchyma cells that contain chloroplast in them make the chlorenchyma, which are responsible for the photosynthesis in the green plants. In water plants or hydrophytes, the parenchyma keep up the buoyancy of plants. Such air spaces also facilitate the exchange of gases. Vegetative propagation by cutting takes place because of the meristematic potentiality of parenchyma cells, which divide and develop into buds and adventitious roots. The epidermal cells gives protection to the plant organs. Now we will discuss about the cholenchyma. Cholenchyma is a living tissue composed of somewhat elongated cells with thick primary non-lignified walls. The cholenchyma gives support to the growing organs which do not develop much woody tissue. Morphologically, cholenchyma is a simple tissue, for it consists of only one type of cells. Cholenchyma is a typical supporting tissue of growing organs and of those mature herbaceous organs which are only slightly modified by secondary growth. It is the first supporting tissue in stems, leaves and floral parts. It is the main supporting tissue in many dicotyledonous leaves and some green stems. Cholenchyma may occur in root cortex, particularly if root is exposed to the light. The cholenchyma is not found in the leaves and stems of monocotyledons. The collenchyma mainly occurs in the peripheral regions of stems and leaves. It is commonly found just beneath the epidermis in form of the hypodermis, and it is also found in the supporting tissue in the stems and petioles with ridges. In leaves, it may be differentiated on one or both sides of the veins along the margins of the leaf blade. Coming to the characteristics of the collenchyma cells, the collenchyma consists of elongated cells which are various in shape with unevenly thickened walls, rectangular, oblique or tapering ends, and they have persistent protoplast. The cells overlap and interlock, forming fiber-like strands. The cell wall consists of the cellulose and pectin, and the cell wall have a high water content. The cell wall consists of nearly 60% of water. So this is a unique character of the collenchyma, because of which the collenchyma are extensible, plastic and adapt to the rapid growth. Now coming to the types of collenchyma, there are three types of collenchyma: angular, lamellar and lacunar. In angular collenchyma, the cells are irregularly arranged and cell wall material is deposited at the corners or the angles of the cells. At the corners or the angles of the cells. So this type of collenchyma is mostly found in Ficus, Vitis, Polygonum, Beta vulgaris, etc. The second type of collenchyma is laminar collenchyma, in which the thickening is restricted to the tangential walls of the cell. As a result, the tissue appears like a plate or like a band. So the name lamellum itself indicates the plate. So this type of collenchyma is found in Sambucus, Rheum, Epopotorium. The third type of collenchyma is lacunar collenchyma. In lacunar collenchyma, the intercellular spaces are present and the thickening takes place on the walls around the intercellular spaces. So lacuna means the intercellular space. So the thickening occurs around this intercellular spaces. So this type of collenchyma is found in Compositae, Salvia and Althea. The functions of the collenchyma tissue is to give support to the plant body. Its supporting value is increased by its peripheral position in the parts of stem, petioles, leaf and midrib. Young stem resist bending and pulling action of wind due to presence of collenchyma. It gives flexibility and